Let's make some shrimp and grits for breakfast. Yum! You can really make this for any time of the day, but I think it's like a late breakfast brunch kind of thing, maybe lunch. I don't know, who cares? It doesn't matter, but it's delicious. I've been thinking about this dish for like 6 years almost. My best friend and I drove from Oregon all the way to Vermont, and one of the places that we stopped in was Arkansas. And our friends were cooking at this event at the Arkansas Zoo, and there was like a wine festival or wine fundraiser going on, and we got to try a whole bunch of southern food from a lot of chefs that were down there. And one of the things we ate was shrimp and grits, and I cannot stop thinking about it, can't stop like dreaming about it, and so I was like, why not just make it, you know? So let's do that. If you have frozen shrimp, this is how you're going to do it. You're going to put it in a bowl with some coldish water, room temperature water, and let it sit for about 10 minutes, and these should be defrosted pretty soon. If you have fresh, just use fresh, and you can skip this step altogether, but I'm using frozen because that's what's cheaper and that's what we have. If you have chicken broth, you can do it this way by adding 1 cup of water, 1 cup of chicken broth to the pan or pot, whatever. I'm doing a teaspoon of this bad boy, better than bouillon chicken base. Just whisking that in there a little bit while it starts boiling. And then you're going to take your grits and whisk them in there. You want to whisk it while it's boiling so that it doesn't all clump together. So I'm going to do this off screen. I'm whisking it together, and I'm turned it down to about low or 1. And you're just going to whisk that every now and then, but put a lid on it and let it go for like 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes. Depends on how high your burn actually is at low. Alright, grits are done at about 15 minutes, so I'm going to add in about half a cup of cheese. You can use whatever blend you want, but I'm using the Mexican style blend. And we're just going to whisk that together and put a lid back on it and turn it off the heat. Alright, our shrimp are all nice and thawed out now, so I put some oil on them, and you can put whatever Cajun seasoning you want. I am going with a little bit of Sloppy Mama and some smoked paprika. They're all seasoned up nicely. I added a little bit of oil to the bottom of the pan. Then we're going to work in batches and just cook them off for about 1 to 2 minutes on each side because shrimp don't need a lot of time. Alright, there it is, all served together. I served it with some sourdough toast and some cherry jam, and we are going to see how we like it. After you're done cooking the shrimp, you can also add like the holy trinity of bell peppers, onions, carrots, and celery to it. Cook it down a little bit and cook it with some cream if you want, but I didn't do that because I don't have that. But you can. That's an option for sure.